Oh yeah, we've got some exciting stuff to go over today, including our new hero. We're also going to be talking some game direction stuff, which I'm sure you guys saw in our 7 days of reveals. It's going to be
I'm curious how much
exciting.
detail
And then
they'll
we're
go
also
into
gonna
for
be
this dev
talking
stream.
and playing live some Arams. I almost said labs Arams, but that is exactly what it is. Some
so
labs
excited.
Arams. It's going to be so cool. I'm very excited to jump into this. Lermy, before we really get in, how you feeling?
I am so excited, a little bit nervous.
I'm curious how much detail they'll give us.
It's gonna be a lot of information to go through. We'll be having patch notes for you coming up over the next couple of days.
Next, thank you for the gifted dog. Appreciate it, man.
Every single change that's going to be going into the patch. We're, of course, not going to be able to cover literally everything today, but we'll be giving you a really solid baseline of what's to come. And I'm just so excited for all of our work to finally be out there. I mean, Joyce, it is always so exciting to introduce new heroes, and this next one is going to be an absolute banger.
Well, speaking of new heroes, let's meet our newest, Bayle.
Bayle.
And there he
Christian
is
Bayle.
in all of
It
his
is in
glory.
fact Christian
Bayle
Bayle
himself.
Christian Bayle, the actor, is now in Predecessor.
Heroes on Tuesday, October 14th. So make sure you are around and you get to try some Bayle. But Lermy, you are one of the leads heading up his design
How long have you been playing this dude for already? I've only played him once. Played a single game on him.
Bayle the Betrayer has been making his way across the realms of Velrune. And currently, he's on the move from tavern to tavern, town to town, making a name for himself in quite a variety of different ways. And he's quite the warrior, as you can see in some of this
Berserk skin.
I'm so excited to
I've not seen Berserk, but I've heard many people say he looks like Guts.
And support. And then, of course, he has just so many neat little tricks up his sleeve, depending on how you build him, depending on how you use him. We've got a lot to show you real soon here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually going to pull up your stream here in just a second, Lermy, just so we can actually get into the practice mode and see him live.
Is it that close, Ghost? I have no idea who Guts is.
What his synergies, some of the cool stuff that he's able to do. So I'm pulling that up.
Yep. I also pulled up my notes as well.
I really pulled it up all the way.
Yeah, you sure did. Well, hey guys.
Don't watch it, just read it.
Nice to see him. Ah, the minions are introducing themselves as well. Hey guys.
Well, it looks like some shit out of Smash Bros. It is.
Quick. Not so fast, minions. Relax for a moment here as I introduce you guys to Bayle. So, Bayle, of course, as an offlaner, has got a lot to do with being a little bit tanky, a little bit sustaining. He's got all of those options, but let's start by talking about the basic attacks, because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some new things for you starting right out of the get-go.
New tech.
The basic attacks, because brand new to Predecessor, we have got
seen this moveset in Elden Ring.
And what does that mean? Well, normally you have different variations on your basic attacks animation-wise, but now they actually do something different in the game as well. So as you can see here, we've got a swing to the left, a swing to the right, and then a big ol' swing in the front, and each one of those actually has different damages. You can see that third one takes a little bit longer to come out, but that's a lot of extra damage you get on that third attack.
He actually has an auto attack
has
chain.
Got a slightly bit of extended range as well. So as you can see, we're actually able to change up the ranges, change up the damages. It's gonna feel really nice to be able to.
He has a real auto chain.
For that extra big boom and basic attack at that third level. So he's got a 1-1-2 chain, which means that his first two attacks play with that like standard time, and then his second attack will be twice as long, but do twice as much damage. So that is just
be nice for heroes moving forward.
We're just getting started.
Attack chains, it's good to see them experimenting.
Yeah, basic attack, very, very simple. Let's talk about the passive next. His passive is called Berserk. And so You've been fighting a lot in the off lane. You've been taking a bit of damage, right? You are getting a little bit low. And what happens is you go berserk. And so what happens is that essentially you are going to be getting a buff for the next couple of seconds. And that buff is going to provide you
berserk
attack speed. It's also going to provide you movement speed. And
no shot, they named his passive berserk. His passive is in fact called berserk.
You're going to be able to fight a little bit harder, get that attack speed going to finish off those chains even faster. And then it also has a 20-second cooldown. So that will come up every 20 seconds, assuming that you're under the threshold. If you go back under the threshold,
yes, her primary focus is hero design.
Yeah, very fun passive for dueling. It's encouraging you to stay in the fight a lot longer, and it's a good time in terms of wanting to stay active and keep fighting, even when you get low. You love to see it.
You love to see it.
Let's move on now to the primary attack. This has quite a deal of synergy with the passive as well. You get a lot of extra stats coming from it, and you can see here every so often it'll reactivate. I get that glow in my eyes. The rune on Bayle's arm actually starts glowing as well, and it just feels really awesome to be able to get that in the middle of a team fight. But let's talk about the primary.
Berserk team is going to come for these guys.
A fun little cursed sword slashes. This ability is called Cursed Edge. You fire off 3 projectile attacks. So these actually go quite a bit of distance, not quite a full ranged basic attack distance, but as you can see here, 2 of them are vertical, and the third one is horizontal. It kind of mirrors a little bit like that basic attack chain, am I right, folks? So what actually is occurring here is that these first 2 projectiles do standard damage, and then that third one will actually always be a knockup. You can also keep aiming, keep moving. As you're using this, you can use this while jumping in the air. All of that.
She's very self-aware.
And get a nice bit of disruption at the end of that attack. But if you hit all 3 of them on the same target, you might also notice
Cursed Edge. Is Cursed Edge a thing from Berserk?
Damage if
from
you hit
Guts?
all of those 3.
Is that a thing?
But ladies and gentlemen, that is not all. There's one more thing to keep in mind here with this ability, because I'm just going to go back to base here really quickly, show off that really sick backing animation as well. As we go back. You'll love to see it. Let's see what happens to that ability when I purchase some attack speed. I'm just going to grab a couple of just miscellaneous tier.
Oh, stream.
Miscellaneous tier.
No, stream.
Miscellaneous tier.
Bruh. Choice diff. Ray, fix it. Ray. Hello. Fix your game, Ray.
Chat if you can hear me. 1. Oh my god, we have some 1s. Let's go. Give us some more 1s. 1s in chat if you're back.
Classic Pred moment. True.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, chat. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about Cursed Edge and its ability to scale its speed with attack speed. So, as you can see, it goes quite a lot faster when you've been building attack speed. And that's mostly to help to allow a little bit more flexibility in the way that you're using your ability. If you are spending a lot of time channeling when you could be getting some more DPS with your basic attacks, you're not going to be wanting to spend as much time channeling. So it's also there to help you out with that. But I'm going to sell these now so we can just go back to our very standard base level. So yeah, we are back, and let's start talking about the secondary ability. This ability is called Dire
I'm not
Howl.
Iceman. I've seen some clips, but
wolf theming. We've got a wolf on the cape, we got a wolf on the sword, on some of the pauldrons as well, the gauntlet, and that's because
this champ's
he's got quite a
name,
bit of theming
Guts from
like
Berserk.
in his lore as well, which we'll be posting.
It's literally what they named him.
Later time. But let's talk about the secondary ability, Dire Howl.
Guts from Berserk. I thought it was a really odd name the first time I read it because I haven't seen Berserk, but
that buff has also got quite a nice bit of power.
His name is Bayle.
All of his damage is physical, so he's getting some physical power, and he's going to get some extra healing, as you would expect someone to do when they're in the midst of battle. As well as that damage, you're also getting a bit of a slow. And then you can see here, he's got this ring timer to kind of show off that he's buffed. And so what happens is that during this timer, you are actually able to heal for a percentage of the amount of damage that you're taking. So, to recap, circle, damage, slow, gain a buff for the next couple of seconds. At the end of that buff, heal for a percentage of the amount of damage that you took during that time. So again, we're rolling up
It's like a little baby
Hercules
Hercules 3.
Keep taking damage, keep being, because you're gonna get rewarded for it. Let's talk
little baby
next,
Hercules
though,
3
about the alternate ability. This alternate ability is a leap, and so it's going to allow you to flip through the air and slam down
This
on your
one's so
enemies.
sick.
I really love the animation for this one. It's so fun. And if I use it over here on the ground, you can even see he's like making this this kind of crater in the ground that's knocking up a lot of this dirt. He's making that much of an impact with this sword, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, he's able to jump forward, and when he hits someone, of course, he does damage, and then he also marks them, which grants him movement speed towards anyone that he marks, and also shreds their physical armor, which is great as well. You can also
This
cancel
jump is
this ability
OP.
early if you want to. So if I am gonna be
This jump is
hopping over the steel,
broken.
I can cancel it early using my left mouse button to be able to hop back down sooner and be pretty accurate with that attack as well. So it's a nice thing to lead up with if you actually want to get some of that armor reduction, follow up on people.
Me when
chase
I
them
jump
down.
on you and it shreds
feels
your armor
really,
and gives
really
me
good to
move
start
speed.
your combo with this ability. But now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where it gets a little crazy. Let's talk about the ultimate Kingslayer.
Give it to
So,
me. Give it to me.
Well, let's do it without a target first, just to see what happens. But he's not holding back anymore. He dashes forward at a blinding pace after
Good
starting
luck getting away.
to charge up.
It
for a little
is.
bit.
It
But
is
what
a
happens
very that jump
when
is
we
a very good
actually
ability.
hit someone? That's the question. Well,
Hmm.
you bring him up in the air, you slash him a bunch, and then you knock him on back down. It is
I don't know who
so,
Malekith
so
is.
sick to be able to go up in the air, beat someone up, and bring him back on down. It feels so fun. Let's talk about actually what happens, though. So when you actually hit the enemy, you're doing an instance of damage, and then when you go up into the air, you're doing 6 more slashes.
His ult is
before you
really
smack him
cool.
on down
It is.
and deal some damage when
It
you
is.
actually
It
land
is
on the ground. And when
like
you land
final
on the ground, you're
smash.
actually dealing damage in a small area around that target.
King Arthur
and
ult from Smite. I mean,
Every single
kinda.
slash
Yeah.
you're doing also has a little
It's like
bit
a
of percent health
significantly
damage.
worse
So no matter
version
what
of that
kind
ability.
target that you're getting, you will be doing some damage to them. He's kind of pretty solid, a tank buster. He's got a little bit of those underlying themes there, which feels really great. And
That Zin
that's
ult
not even
from
to mention
Paladins.
what this does. Alright,
Not
some of these
really.
augments, if you have them, which let's really briefly go over them very quick. The one that I have right now is called Betrayer's Requiem. And so, as you can see with this ability, you bring somebody out. But what if I told you that with the Betrayer's Requiem augment, that's a lot of words all in a row, you could bring up multiple people into the air with this ability. So let's say you had someone else standing right here, right next to Steel here. You would grab both of those players, bring them both up, slash them both up, and then smack them both down. I mean, it is so much fun. On top of that, the cooldown for Kingslayer
there's an
is
augment
reduced quite a
that lets
bit
you do
with
it,
that
Dune Man.
as well.
There's an
It's
augment
so
that
much
makes your
fun. I love
ultimate
using that one in
AoE.
support, and it's also really fun in jungle as well. If you get some very fun ganks off, where maybe the support and ADC are grouped together a little bit, you love to see it. Next up, though, let's talk about an augment more focused around the basic attacks, because as you can see, this basic attack has a bit of a chain to it, right? So when you actually use this chain, how this works for those a little unfamiliar
Refang
with
if you
what
time
chain
it right.
basic
I mean,
attacks
sure.
feel like, is that you can get to a point in the chain, you have an indicator there on your LMB, which one that you're on, but after 3 seconds, it will reset back to the beginning of the chain. So even if you got to the last one in the attack, if you're not finishing off, you actually reset back to the first one. And how it works for the normal set of abilities without the augment is that if you cast an ability in the middle of it, it goes back to the beginning. You really get rewarded if you commit to the chain, but you have to commit to it to actually get that reward.
It's okay, guys. He'll never get through ranked anyway.
Let's talk about what
True.
happens for the
Permaban.
Swift Strikes augment. Essentially, every time that you use an ability for the Swift Strikes augment, you will end that ability being on the 3rd stage of your basic attack. So you will come out of the ability, immediately be set to that double damage attack, and you'll get a bunch of attack speed, so you'll be able to actually use
plays
this third
ranked?
attack
Who
super,
plays
super quickly
casual?
as well. It feels really good for a lot of those basic attack cancel players that really like to min-max how often they're using their abilities and swapping between ability and basic attack. So it's going to feel very, very nice.
The sword looks tiny in hand. I would say it's average. That's not that small. I would call that average.
Augment, which is
It's at least average. It might be too big.
Something that's going to always be useful in any kind of circumstance. You're going to be wanting to go for the last augment, which is, let me just grab that for you real quick so I give you the right name. Frenzy Fighter. This is an augment around the passive. So as you saw before,
this is his best augment.
Bayle's passive had a 20-second cooldown. So anytime that you're under 40%, as long as that cooldown and that health threshold are met, you will get into that berserk state. However,
don't cut it close,
Frenzy
Lermy.
Fighter, if you are under 40% health, you will always be berserk. So no cooldown, just always getting those stats feels really, really nice to have.
That one's kind of OP in lane.
That's kind of the TLDR for his kit. Again, he is an off laner, but he can also flex into jungle and support. It feels really, really fun to play him in all of those roles with a variety of builds. I've seen some attack speed builds. I've seen some crit builds. Of course,
Is there a page with his info yet? No, there's not. That's my knowledge.
So many different ways to build him that are so exciting, and especially with those augments. I mean, which one is your favorite here, Choice?
I think the one where you pull up multiple people in your ultimate, that one's gonna be so much fun. And to think that you can do something like that as a support Bayle is pretty exciting. I think that's a really cool idea and a really cool, really cool thing to do. And just look at it. Just look how beautiful it is. We're going full anime on this one. It's going to be epic. Every single
anime,
battle is gonna feel
like Berserk,
like so much fun. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get this in the hands of everybody.
How do you cancel jump abilities on controller?
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be
your fire key. Press right trigger.
Slayers, please tag me in that if you ever do end up getting that.
Yeah. If you see that, or if you are
High School
able to do
DxD
it,
collab
clip
when?
it. Find
Good
any way to clip it
question.
and put it on social media so that we could see it, retweet it. That's gonna be so freaking cool. I've actually already seen a four-man. A four-man. Yeah. I mean,
testers.
it was in Aram.
Okay.
But we'll get to that a little bit later.
It.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great augment for Aram, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Yes, it is. This is going to be so much fun to play with. I can't wait to get Bayle into everybody's hands. I'm so excited for this.
Choice has seen four men.
I think that's pretty good. How are you feeling about it, Lermy?
I'm feeling pretty solid as well. I'm so happy that everyone is very excited to check out Bayle. And again, folks,
Thoughts on who you would pick to counter him in offlane?
I
don't know,
want
man.
to see you guys go crazy at low health. Some incredible healing.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm hoping he was
Dagger Howl as
buffed
well.
between
It's gonna
test
be
server and
insane,
live.
Just the kind of plays that this guy can make.
I hope they buffed him.
It's going to be so cool. Well, that actually leads us into our next topic. It's going to be really exciting. I'm sure a lot of you saw that we posted on our final day of our 7 days of reveals that we were changing a little bit of the way that the game is going to be played. Some of the vision that we have for the game moving
Wasn't
forward.
strong in testing.
I'm
this
very
character was
excited to
terrible.
bring on someone new, but before we do that, I just want to look at the video one more time because it was so good. And you guys
Looks
get
cool
to see
though.
the splash
He's fun to
art
play.
for
But this
Bayle as
character was
well
not
at the very
good.
end. It's so good. Well, when we come back after this video, we're going to have our lead game designer Luke on to talk about some of the vision. So
Big
check out
Luke.
this video one more time, and we'll be right back.
Do you build with him though? Good question. Honestly, nobody on test server really figured out best build. What was wrong with him? Anything in particular? He didn't do any fucking damage on test server. That was the issue with him on test. He just did 0 damage.
Hello,
Yo, Nico with the 12-monther. Thank you for the one year resub, man. Appreciate it.
It was fantastic. Welcome, Luke. So excited to have you on.
Oh my god, it's me.
It is indeed you, and I'm very excited to have you on. This is your first time on Animeta.
That guy just talked without moving his mouth.
To have you here, Luke.
It is indeed, yeah.
Tell
Hi,
us,
how's
tell
it
us about
going?
yourself.
Oh, now he's moving his mouth.
Everyone all right? I'm good. It's nice to be here. It's nice to meet everyone.
He's just British.
Yeah, who am I? Lead game designer, I guess. So
That's my
I've been here
boss.
for a little while. I've been I've been kind of I've been in the kind of, I guess, a little bit in the background for a while. So yeah. Oh, is there a microphone problem? Hang on, give me a second.
No worries, I got you on my end. You're just coming in a little bit hot, but I got you now.
Looks like I set the right microphone.
I'm
that's
always curious, Anthony. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll crack on. Anyway, lead game designer. I've been a little bit in the background. That's kind of intentional because I've been mostly doing things that are sort of behind the scenes stuff, really, helping the team kind of like figure out how to do the stuff that we're trying to do, get a little bit more organized, be able to make bigger and better stuff. Basically, is the reason that I'm here. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're doing, I guess, now. Yeah. How's that for an intro? There you go.
Good.
Solid intro. I love it.
Nice job, Luke.
Well, beautiful. Well, we put out a, the post for
Let's
our
crack
7 days
on.
of reveals, talking about game direction. And that's why we wanted to bring you on here, Luke. We're going to be talking a little bit about, some of the vision going forward for Predecessor and the gameplay itself, particularly around quick play and ranked. But let's get into it a little bit. Yeah, I just kind of wanted just like a little bit of an overview of like what some of the
What have
the
you
thought
missed?
process
All we did
going
was
into
look
this,
at Bayle. We just looked at the new
get
champ.
some thoughts from you. Wow, we play a little bit of like some PCC clips on the side. I just want to
PCC
put that on there
clips.
because they were so hype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. So a little bit about what we're doing. Here.
Fire and death are my top 2, Jerry.
So the main thing is like we've been looking at a lot of feedback. Like that's one of the biggest things that like that we factor into this. Like we come from, well, I guess I've only been here for about a year, but like I've been following the game for quite a while. So it's really like apparent in the way that Predecessor has like formed in the first place, like that it's a very kind of community driven game. So feedback is a hugely important part of how we kind of iterate on the game. Obviously we've been quite ambitious with like a lot of the changes that we've done. And we know that like some of those changes have been
Life greater than. Life was my
trying to,
first
elevate,
wizard,
like,
but it's
bits of
not
the
my
game that we
highest.
think need a bit of love, but there's also that kind of factor that we've got where it's like trying to get the game to be like nice and streamlined where we need it to be has kind of like pulled things towards feeling a little bit more brawlery. And I think there's a lot of like comments that we get around that sort of direction, I guess. Like, are we actually heading in that direction? And the answer is like no. Like we had like we've had loads of discussions about this, right? We really
Is that tomorrow, Mason?
Like a super like high-end MOBA. Like that's one of the things that we're super ambitious to try and achieve. It's one of the best things about the game. It's the reason that you play the game for a long time. It's not like a flash in the pan.
See ya.
Like people, like some of these people have been playing the game for like years, right? Like this, and that's like I think partly because if you make a really solid MOBA, like that's what keeps you playing, right? It's that like game depth. It's that like strategy. It's all of those things combined. Like that's a good MOBA. So we want to like foster that environment really. Obviously we got Nitro, but Nitro is perfect because it means that if you want that kind of fast, rapid version of the game, there's Nitro. Like it's there for you now, and people really love it. But it's not everyone. So standard needs a little bit of love, needs to be able to do what it needs to do in terms of like being that kind of more strategic, more like long form game. So there you go. It's a little bit about kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well said, Luke.
And attached to that announcement that we had and the blog post, on top of that, we also opened up Reddit to an AMA and Ask Me Anything. And we've pulled a couple of pretty fantastic questions that we want to ask here now. So let's just get into it. So some of these are pulled, or actually all of these are pulled directly from that thread. So I'm very excited to jump into these because these are questions from you guys.
Wait, guys, I haven't opened the Reddit thread. How many of the Reddit comments are what happened to Joe yours truly?
This is a great question.
How many of the Reddit comments are just that?
Or what made Ameda decide to change direction now?
it's sort of it's more that it became like super important to us. It's not necessarily like a full-on like change of direction. It's more that we felt like we'd done too many things that were stacking up and pushing us in what felt like, you know, because it's all about action, right? Like if it feels like the game is going in that direction too much and for too long, then we're probably doing
think about the
something
new
that
hero.
is,
He's fun to play.
like, causing that.
A lot of fun to play.
So yeah, it was really like, we have Nitro. We've got a really good direction for Nitro. We're super excited about where Nitro can go and what it can be in the future. It's still a labs mode, right? It's still kind of experimenting with that. But yeah, specifically for standard and ranked, obviously, because they're essentially the same rule set. We want that to be kind of distinct from Nitro. We don't want Nitro and standard to feel like the exact same experience. So yeah, there's a lot of sentiment like from you guys that's going in, a lot of the comments, a lot of the discussions that happen. Like we love like reading that sort of stuff, like especially like the really like insightful comments and like the deep kind of dive discussions that you guys have like on Reddit and everything.
Rip the Puddle Pirate.
Like, it's a really fantastic way for us to get like even more visibility on what we're doing and how it affects the gameplay, and especially like all of the different like skill levels as well. And the one last thing to mention as well is we look at a lot of data. So like sentiment is great. It shows us like really like one side of the picture, and then you've also got this kind of second aspect, which is like how does the data stack up? Like when people say like I really love this thing, you can actually sometimes see that in the data. So being able to address it from all of those different angles,
pirate in the
get
game,
a super clear picture of where we want to go. And yeah, it felt like the right time to put some effort into bringing standard back to where we think it should be.
Yeah, I would definitely love to second that sentiment. I think it's been
Undead Pirate,
a lot
I present
of
to you
great
Undertow
discussion going
Fang
on
Mao.
across all forms of social media. We've been seeing it basically everywhere in terms of just needing to improve the game and a lot of the core sensibilities. And a big change up is what we felt like was going to do it, because we've been changing things slowly over time. But we also want to make sure that this experience is something that you guys are really enjoying. And believe you, me, and all of us together, your feedback is valuable, positive, negative, or otherwise. We want to hear exactly what you love. We want to know what you don't love as well. So please, we always want to encourage you guys to keep giving us your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, any concerns you have as well with any of our changes. You know, we're always open to revisiting and testing, and we do a lot of various testing on top of that as well. So
yeah,
again,
Jerry, he went in like a year ago.
So much for being so open about their discussions, their feedback. We love to see it. Please keep it up, guys. It really helps us make an amazing game for everybody.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like doing again, like going on that community thing, like it's like one of the coolest things about the game. It's one of the reasons that I love working on it. So yeah, awesome. Really nice to be a part of it. Really nice to show my face now as well.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
It feels weird. Yeah.
I'm happy to get you onto the stream as well. We need more. We need more of Amida's, staff, Amida, all the cool people that make this game happen. We love to see you guys. We love to see you on the stream.
Actually, really good little segue. Sorry if I can just derail for a second.
Yeah.
Like Ray and Blood have been spending a lot of time working on this.
Ray
and like there's like a small part of this is me, right?
I know Ray doesn't spend any time working on this game.
When it should happen, when should we spend the effort? What else should we be
That's
debating, like, doing at this given time? Because we're quite a small team, which is really nice to be part of. But you have to be really careful about when you pick and choose to do this stuff. And then like sitting and talking with like Blood and Ray about how to go about doing the
yeah, Jester, it's always good advice, man.
Did an absolute massive job in such a small space of time. Like, it's super impressive. So
always
yeah, I want to give a shout out
advice
to both of them for being fantastic.
Absolutely. I mean, those two spent so much time chatting with testers, trying out a lot of different variations of things. There were so many things that they worked through in terms of just trying different options and seeing what way that we could bring a variety of different pathways to all kind of lead back to this strategic gameplay that, everyone has been kind of clamoring for. So I really also want to just give my appreciation to them, because they have been doing an absolutely insane job at managing kind of this whole adjustment and putting in so much time, so much effort, so much love. I mean, as you guys know, Ray, one of the top
NA
players,
needs faster queues.
Plan that we had over the couple months ago, whenever that was in August or so. And of course, Blood, just a long time lover of the game and character designer. So you love to see those two being in charge of that. They really absolutely not good at.
Ray is the GOAT, by the way.
Yeah,
if you guys are
absolutely.
unfamiliar with the
Well,
the dev
moving on
team,
to
Ray is
next
the
one,
GOAT. That's all
because
you need to
we
know.
get this question pretty often, and it is definitely a topic of discussion. But what do you think, Luke, about the current map and any plans to change it?
Current map.
Yeah, Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, so let's talk a bit about like what that like, because it's quite a loaded comment, right? Like there's a lot of like bits and pieces going into that discussion. So let's talk a bit about the map. So main thing, like the map is kind of like it's a little too small, really, for the amount of stuff that we want to do with the map.
Correct.
We have to have like certain bits and pieces in the map as it currently stands. There's not a lot of room for us to then iterate along that kind of front. Like we need to move pieces around. We want to make it like line of sight breaks a bit more engaging, all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of like strategic gameplay that is kind of contingent on the map being set up the way it currently is. And then whenever we like look at changing that, like there's such a huge amount of work that we have to do for this one. And it's also then compounded by like the world shift stuff. Is again, that's what I was saying about like why we decided to make these changes now. Like you've got that world shift component as well. It becomes it does feel very condensed. And I think that's one of the biggest bits of feedback we had with world shift. It's totally valid, and we're like, yeah, okay, let's figure out how we can kind of resolve that one. So a lot of the balance changes that we're doing, hoping to address that one. You got some changes to Shaper's respawn time to try and help kind of soften that a little bit.
I mean, probably, Danny.
But in terms
that's
of what
how
we
it
want
should
to do,
be.
which I guess is the main point of the question, like there's a lot of like things that we want to do with things like verticality is like a big thing that I think our map can do, and the way our game's set up, it actually like lends itself to doing a little bit more with verticality. We've got some technical challenges to overcome for that one, but leaning into doing more of that and being a bit more of a kind of doing more of what kind of is natural as the third person game is really, really cool. I think we can touch on Legacy a little bit as well. That experiment is super interesting. Like being able to put Legacy out in labs has been fantastic as well. Showed us a lot of what we liked about it. Obviously, like Legacy itself has some like gameplay challenges, and we definitely want to like learn from those gameplay challenges, figure out what we want to do with like the principles of Legacy, and factor that into kind of more map updates in the future. So yeah, there's we're using that for things like world shifts, like furthering the world shift design. A few more lab tests probably on the cards, I would think, and then hopefully we're going to do a map update in the near future. So yeah, we're probably looking at a map update. Yes, would be sometime sort of next year. Very unlikely to be this anytime this year, but yeah, sometime next year is probably when you want to start kind of
only 18 months to wait for a new map, guys.
I'm really looking forward to it.
By year 4, surely we have a new map.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a big undertaking, you know. Even just touching the map itself, it's a huge undertaking, so I totally understand. Let's keep on going, because I think that's pretty cool. Look at that, Luke Leaks in the chat. Yeah. Hashtag Luke
It's
Leaks.
not choice leaks this time.
It's not choice leaks this time.
Let's
go. Let's go. Finally.
I still don't think we've leaked nearly as much as Ace has. So.
Oh yeah.
You'll nut when we get a new map. Me too, bro. I'll nut on cam, bro.
And someone on Reddit likes to be leaking too. I know you know who you are. Starts with a B, ends with an N. You know, Ben. Anyways, we'll keep on going from there. But is Time to Kill being looked at in this direction?
Oh Jesus! Okay,
so they're acknowledging they're working on it.
Time to Kill is a really fun one because it's such
TTK
an interconnected topic. Like there's so many bits and pieces that feed into what you can quickly summarize with a desire for changes to Time to Kill. So, going to give a bit of explanation as to where we're kind of how we're approaching the topics that connect to Time to Kill, which is hopefully going to give you the answer that you need to. So, in the laning phase, what we really want is a bit of a more dynamic kind of push and pull. Like we really want you to like. There's a need for more engaging like gameplay. So with 1.9, like one of the things we want to do is make it more risky to just kind of sit in the lane and do kind of the simple like shoving gameplay, which is what the current kind of I guess meta sort of
True.
reinforces and
That is what it
provides,
is.
like supports for. Like we really want people who feel like they can be super aggressive to like actually get payoffs for that, rather than just kind of constantly like shoving the lane back and forth.
Yes.
However, when we get like later into the game, like time to kill is like that's where it gets a little bit spicy. So there's a little bit of damage changing, a little bit of adjustment to how we scale. The goal being that, like, especially as you get later into the game, hopefully you should see a little bit more, like, hang on, give me a second.
What you got, Luke?
You should see time to kill probably average a little bit longer, right? I'm going to be careful with my wording here because otherwise you can get it like inverted quite easily. But you should see that generally be a little bit longer. But part of that is because we're also making it the things that are powerful a little bit harder to hit. So you might end up being able to outplay more people more consistently, and that will then translate to a really like earned like harder time killing you, or something where you're like actually like if you're just better at the game and you're consistently really really good, you'll achieve like quite a high amount of damage in a short space of time. And that I think is like that's a testament to like Ray and Blood's like work on this thing. Is it's not just a simple like tuning this up and down kind of approach. It's like what makes the game better, and this we think this is the right way to make those changes.
Yeah,
and we're really looking forward to how you guys feel.
A lot of levers, so you might even say that went into this. It wasn't just a simple let's change health or let's change damage. There were so many different venues that were explored in terms of how this could be adjusted kind of overall. And TTK is one aspect of it, one pillar of it, but really there is a whole sort of list of ways that were adjusted that we could go into. I even have a very general list if we do want to actually just go through some of the specifics to kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit. Enough to hopefully say chat's
what you got, Lermate?
Appetite for some of those things if we're all okay with chatting through that list just a little bit.
I think well the thing is there's a big blog post on this, right? Obviously, so we can go through that in quite a lot of detail as well. But maybe we'll touch on a couple of those. Like what are the ones? Okay, let me. What are the ones that you think are the most interesting?
Yeah. So I've actually just got a list here from Ray and Blood of just kind of the very very like overarching kind of idea.
Give me the list, Lermy.
A lot of the
what's on the list
you guys are going to be able to read and see in the patch notes themselves, broken down hero by hero. But let's kind of just talk about that like super high level. What actually are we changing here? Because we can talk overhead all we like, but let's go a little bit deeper into it. So first things first.
Excuse me.
Just a very exciting change overall is that various heroes have received small improvements or mechanical adjustments to their abilities. Super vague, but a lot of the stuff has been widely requested.
That is as vague as it could possibly be.
Variety of kind of new effects for some heroes, and you'll be able to read exactly what those are in the notes themselves. Various projectile abilities have been slowed down to increase their dodgeability. Various explosion area of effect abilities have been reduced in size to increase their dodgeability. Various abilities have lost some scaling or damage when leveled, with the main exception being some mages, primarily to help slow down that late game TTK. Various crowd control abilities have also lost about 10 to 20% of their duration or their potency, really depending on which one of those felt stronger. And that's kind of the hero chunk. We've got a little bit more about the map itself being gold drip and ambient gold, on missing last hits being reduced. So making those last hits a lot more important is going to be really important for that.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones. Yeah,
a super big test of skill.
Good change.
Next, minions and jungle monsters are going to grant more gold, offsetting the above reductions as well. Support gold from Crest has also been increased, which is hopefully going to also offset some of those reductions. And then minion durability is also going to be going up by about 5 to 10%. Let's talk a little bit more about stats, where all heroes are now going to be gaining their level of stats more slowly when leveling up, making them slightly more fragile in the early game. This also equalizes back to normal at level 18, so all of your stats are going to be the same as they were at level 18, but just come a little bit slower over time.
Good.
All heroes are also losing a little bit of movement speed, but their movement has been adjusted in that you should feel faster and snappier when attempting to strafe or change direction. Heroes have had their
the movement change is low-key just the best change of the patch.
But heroes have also gained a lot of attack speed at level 1. So it's going to feel really good in the early game to be able to actually play a lot more swiftly in the lane themselves. We're doing a lot of these like kind of finer detail changes to how you actually play the game. Finally, all heroes have lost a chunk of attack speed growth to offset those attack speed changes. All heroes have gained a little bit of additional base health regen at level 1, so you don't have to feel too bad about trading a lot in those early games. And a lot of heroes have lost a little bit of scaling on their basic attacks just to help that general ability to get that DPS going a little bit more on track with that.
These are all
attack
good
speed
changes.
increase.
Lots
We've got
of
a little
good
bit
Yo,
changes.
Madruga with the
More
3-monther, man. I
as
appreciate
well,
it,
if
dude.
you wanna
Welcome
go
back.
into
Oh
a
my
little
God,
bit of
there's
the
more.
snowball discussion. There is more. Listen, Ray and Blood left me very detailed notes here. So, there's definitely been a lot of discussion about snowballing. Snowballing and deathballing are two really big topics that have come up on Reddit a lot I've seen, especially amongst a lot of streamers that are playing ranked as well. So we're going to be having kills be worth a little bit less XP at most levels, with kill comeback XP less at smaller level differentials. Additionally, boss monster gold and XP rewards have been decreased.
Good.
Boss monster durability is slightly lower.
Means you
towards
can't
the end
drop
of the game.
3 waves for
Sorry, the
Fangtooth
early part of the
anymore.
game, and higher in the later ends of the game. So you're going to be able to fight them a little bit earlier, but in the later stage of the game, those fights that are so important to be able to secure those, it's going to go a little bit longer. The damage for boss monsters is also increased, so it's going to be a lot riskier. Even though it's early to kill them, the risk is increased. And also the respawns are going to be
I did,
a little
Jerry,
less
yes.
often. The respawn is getting
We did
to
test this
slower.
patch.
So
And
you
yes,
have
these
more
are all
time
good changes.
between these objectives as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely on like the topic of like the game feeling a little bit too like condensed. Like physically is like one factor, but then also like chronologically, like there's just not enough time for you to go and do the stuff that you really want to be able to do, and also not enough time to like think as well. So
Yeah, definitely. That
is a hell of a deep dive. There you go. Enjoy.
Yeah,
Break
there's
that
also
down.
been a couple of adjustments to potions and towers, but again, that's just the very high-level overview of what you guys are going to be seeing. The full details are
Overview.
going to be in the patch notes themselves. So every little damage change that you want to
Gotta
see,
wait for the patch
every
notes for
mechanics
the-
change
for
that's
the
coming
numbers.
in, those will all be in the patch notes. So make sure you guys check them out as soon as they come out, because that's where you're going to find all of those numbers.
I'm seeing a lot of W changes in the chat right now. So it's I think people are starting to really like some of the sounds
Good changes.
of the direction that we're going here. So once
They showed
again,
it- the
shout
new
out
champ,
Remy,
yeah, they showed it at
Blood,
the
and
beginning of
Ray
the stream.
for putting that together.
Do towers,
because I
do
think-
towers chunk
yeah.
more? Not really.
I think we're seeing a lot of W's in the chat right now, so that's fantastic. And patch notes will be later on this week. I don't want to say anything for sure, but patch notes will be later.
Yeah,
This is
they got to write them first.
Yeah. I know.
They were still finalizing earlier today. They had a couple of last-minute bug fixes going in. I know.
Yeah,
that
it's
they were working
based on what
so
they're
those
saying right now,
numbers
it
will
sounds
be
like
coming
patch
out to
notes
you guys
Friday at
shortly.
midnight.
There is just
Yeah.
a lot of tweaking that goes into a change this big.
I thought there was a chance we would get
and
them today
I
after
can say from
Devstream,
experience,
but
having
doesn't
looked at
sound
those
like it.
notes and how long that they iterated through these, that there's a lot of changes to compile here, folks. It's
Yeah.
going to be a nice, fun read, especially if you guys end up checking out some creators, which I'm sure are going to be doing a lot of deep dives.
I will
on
be
all of those.
doing
What's in the
a
chat?
deep
What's in
dive
the
on the
chat?
patch notes and
How many
explaining
pages?
what everything means, and I'll do a
Too
video.
many. Too many.
I'm sure it's a lot of pages.
Come on. It's like again internally. Like
are we gonna
so
count?
actually,
Oh
very
gosh,
briefly.
Hold on, I got you.
Very briefly, can I also give a shout out to our lovely QA team who
No, you
have,
can do it, Ray.
thank you, QA.
dived on this and
You can
like,
do it.
made sure
Yeah.
that we're actually making
One more
this-
Red
these
Bull.
changes like work properly. Like
One more
it's
White
been
Monster.
super useful. They're a fantastic team. Their work is definitely like hugely appreciated, and we couldn't do this stuff without them. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank
saw
you,
Blood
QA.
say-
Get some thank you QAs in chat, please.
I'm
QA,
5
thank
deep,
you,
bro.
QA.
Let's go.
One more.
I saw 90
One more,
pages,
Ray.
from Blood Mortius, by the way.
That's a lot of pages.
Yeah.
No way, no way.
that's a
Who
that's a lot
approved
of
this?
pages. Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
so,
it's my job.
yeah, that is your job. Okay, so I do want to pivot a little bit, because that was like such a fantastic deep dive on some of the stuff that's coming in for some of these changes. I hope you guys are
Mention
excited
Halloween
in the
event
chat
at all?
because
No, they
we are
haven't.
Excited as well. We love the way that this is going, so that's really cool. Now I do want to skip one, and I we saw in our 7 days of announcements, 7 days of reveals, that we are bringing an Overprime skin, the Frankensteel skin,
Overprime.
into the game. We've been getting a lot of questions, especially on that Reddit thread, saying, are you adding Overprime heroes? And if so, what adjustments will you make?
Answer the
I'm gonna let Luke answer
question.
this one.
Yeah, this is probably it. This is probably a me
Answer the
answer.
question.
So yes, is the answer.
Yes.
Are we leaking? I'm not
Overprime
sure.
heroes and Pred.
Is it a leak? No, this is fine to say. So yeah, we want to do. So we know that we've been like quite a offlane jungle heavy recently. There is a desire to move away from that for obvious reasons. So a little bit of variety would be good. So we're looking at a support, probably in patch 1.11. That'd be really good. Seen a lot of people in the community looking for
Okay.
the one
Overprime heroes incoming.
So yeah, but the goal is we want to keep them pretty consistent. So
I didn't play a lot of
the
Overprime.
other
I
part
only
of the
played
question
one
was,
of
what are
their
the
original
changes?
heroes.
And the goal isn't really to redo it and do our own version of this. The goal is to make it fit within our current game, which is because the Overprime guys did a lot of really good work. So we don't really want to waste all of that work. We want to do justice to it. So yeah, you guys can noodle on what you think that might be.
Yeah, I will definitely comment more on that, is that we're trying to keep the essence there, but still make changes that either feel good for the character or feel good for Predecessor in general, in terms of
Be cool.
what
So not
their
only the
kids can
skins.
bring
I
to
mean,
the
they
table.
just said Overprime heroes.
On top of that,
Overprime is fine with this though. It's not like Overprime said, "Yeah, go for it." Predecessor wrote them a fat check and said, "Yo, can we let us use your shit?"
A lot more variety in roles going forward.
Like they
and that's
bought
going
the
to be
assets,
one
bro.
of
They can do
our
whatever the
top
fuck they
priorities,
want.
is giving you guys a lot more diversity.
Love it. Love it. All right, I'm going to ask.
Future stream.
Yeah. Future stream. Future stream. Yeah. I'm going to ask one more kind of longer-ish question here. What do you think of the Crest system? And yeah, what do you what do you think to the Crest system? Who wrote this? It's
Crest
Ben,
system.
What do you think about the Crest system?
The Crest system is a topic of discussion amongst the design team. We think there's a lot of problems with the Crest system. Let's be super frank about this one. It serves a lot of really important
they had a bunch of original heroes code
in the way the game is set up.
There were like 6 or 7 Overprime original heroes.
But we've got issues with discoverability. We've got issues with people just auto-cresting for a really long time without realizing it's there, even though it's actually super interesting to engage with. The UI could use a bit of love there as well. But we don't necessarily want to give that a whole ton of love right now, whilst we still think we might want to change the way that we're approaching what Crest do for the game. I'm being quite vague about this one because we're still in the design process, right, for figuring out where we want to take.
Be interesting to see if they change the Crest system
forward in the game. So hang on.
I guess to kind of hop in here a little bit as well.
Yeah.
4 different ones, 4 different original heroes in Overprime. There were way more than 4.
Or kind of work with it, work around it, try new things, right? I think there's a lot of different pathways that we could go down in terms of improvements to the system. And we're still in the process of testing out a lot of different things and seeing what works best. We're trying small things, we're trying big things, we're trying completely game-shifting things. It really depends on where we end up.
I'd be curious what they can do with the Crest system.
How we can work with the other
what do you
teams
change
and
about it?
their
Do you make it
bandwidth
more
as
like
well,
Smite
because,
starter
of course,
items?
like
Do you make
we
them
were saying,
stronger? Do you
it
make them like
affects a whole
league
lot of
starter
different
items where you're just
departments,
supposed to
whether
sell them
that
like
be UI,
game?
it'd be FX, it'd be sound.
Curious, be interesting.
All of these things come together to make the Crest system work in an amazing way.
I remember what I was going to say. So, Crest system as it stands, we're not looking to make any major changes in the near future. We definitely want to do stuff with the Crest system, or with where the Crest system fits in the rest of the game. However, that doesn't mean we're not going to touch it at all and we're just going to leave it as it currently is. We're still not 100% happy with it. So one of the things that we're working on at the moment is a better version, a set of upgrades. not upgrades. Upgrades is the wrong word. A set of more options available to each of the roles within the Crest system, so that you actually, like, when you do engage with the Crest system, you have a bunch more stuff that you can
like if we got cleanse on a mage Crest.
Yeah. We're not super ready to reveal what those are just yet. But that's
whether we get more options or they take out some of the ones that people don't really use.
10, I think so. Not too long to wait.
Yeah, we got to have you on the stream more often, because you're giving us some juicy little details here. You know, they're subtle.
I just hope it doesn't bite me, right? You know. No, I'm pretty confident with this
right
one.
Now.
yeah. This is going, like, preparing the Reddit thread of where's my Crest upgrades. Like,
yeah.
We're working hard on these.
More variety.
They keep Crest. They need to be individualized.
For 110, like the thing we're looking for is a bit more variety, like more interesting options.
What I've been saying for a long time is that Crest should upgrade again
to make
later
choices,
in the game.
More reasons to play the game slightly differently.
You upgrade them at like level 8 at 12 minutes. Like, what if they either
try and make sure it
got
goes
that, but then they upgrade it again at like 25 minutes.
I love it. Now a couple rapid fire questions, because we're
and they just got stronger
here.
or got different or whatever, right?
Some rapid fire ones here. So what about AMD FSR in the game?
We're working on it. It's a bit buggy, but yeah, we're working on it. So hopefully we'll get into the game as soon as we fix the things that aren't working with it currently. So yeah, it's on the cards. Probably not too far off.
Beautiful.
Yeah, FSR should be really good.
I'm pretty sure that'll help with PlayStation 5 users as well, because I'm pretty sure PlayStation 5 hardware uses AMD graphics, if I'm correct.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head. Maybe someone in chat can confirm. Maybe we need to go and double check. Maybe we can do a follow-up at some point.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do think I remember something like that. Okay, next one. Will Legacy ever come back?
Spoiler, kind of.
I mean, it's coming back as a custom game mode.
Well, how might it come back, Lexi?
Well, starting in 1.9, it will be available in customs that you can queue up either with your friends, with a group, a little tournament maybe even on the side that you could do amongst your community. By all means, you can play Legacy in customs starting in 1.9 next Tuesday.
Beautiful. We love to see it. And this is another big
any flash replacement options coming. It'd be interesting
on the LATAM servers,
but realistically, you would just always use flash in this game.
Oh yeah, we're doing that as well. Hooray!
Yay!
Vamos!
I think we're gonna get a I think we'll do like a proper like post to clarify like the times on this one, like something a bit more official than this. But yeah, we're looking for like starting a ranked window on the SA servers with 1.9 release. So
big.
Look out for some news on that one near the release date.
Very, very cool. Very cool. And then what about a loadout builder? This is very highly requested.
Yeah. I'm super excited about the loadout builder and what it can do for the game.
Me too, Luke.
It touches briefly on like things like the Crest system, like discoverability for the Crest system, getting a little bit kind of design sort of wordy now, but like what the loadout builder could do for the entire game and for the community is really, really exciting for me. Like this is one of the things I'm most excited about, which just sounds weird because it's not a gameplay feature necessarily, but I think it just serves a really, really good purpose in the game. We definitely want to do it. It's it's on the cards. It's something that we've spent a lot of time like designing. Not exactly when it's going to ship, but the hope is we'll do something with this one near the end of the year.
Loadout builder would be useful. It'd be interesting.
So yeah, kind of hold out for that one.
Again, if it's like Smite's item builder, it really doesn't matter, man.
We can do something with it.
More
if
leaks.
We got like a deadlock
More
system,
leaks.
it would matter more. But
the
what
point
can I
of
tell
the
you?
stream, so I
It'd be
feel
kinda neat,
like
I guess.
we're kind of fulfilling the community's request here. So
I think so
big
too.
success to me. I think we're hitting the market.
Oh yeah, I think so too. This is huge, so exciting. You know, a lot of the stuff that we've got planned for the rest of the year.
Ignite would be cool, like in League. Nobody would use
very
it.
exciting. So definitely,
You would literally take Ignite over Flash 0 out of 0 times.
And everything, especially
Think about
the
it in
blog posts
League,
about,
bro.
Like, the game design, because we go even
Would you
more
ever?
in-depth
Would you ever
about,
take
about that
if you had
change and
one
where
summoner
we're,
slot
where
in
we're
League?
headed
Would
in
you
that.
ever
So,
take Ignite
Luke,
over Flash?
before we head on into Arams, any final thoughts on this topic here.
I think you just have to keep in mind we only have one
I'm
summoner.
Say, like,
we only have one sum in this game.
Done. Which sounds like a bit
you
of a
are
cop-out,
never
but
taking
it's not.
Ignite
like,
over
genuinely
Flash.
Speaking, like, game balance is never like finished. We're never like super happy with exactly where it lands. Like we can be really happy with where it is, but still that just means that now we're going to be more specific about the ways that we want to move it. We're going to be looking for more feedback from everyone on like the way that 1.9 lands, where the problems are. Like there may be a couple of like rough edges with this one. I think it's totally fine to like sorry, it's not totally fine. What I mean is, I think it'd be really good if the sorts of discussions that we had that led up to us being able to like nail 1.9 the way we have continue after 1.9 as well. So, the sort of spicy discussions that we get, what's good, what's bad, like what we think, what you guys basically, how you feel about the update. Let us know. We'll keep an eye on it. We'd love your feedback. Let us know what you think, and see if we'll see what to do next, basically.
Beautiful. We love to see it. Very exciting for all this. Very excited for all the stuff coming into Predecessor here in the near future. But speaking of things coming to Predecessor, we've got Aram coming to Predecessor.
Aram.
I'm going to invite another one of our Ometa
You're sure you
team
could get Flash and Ignite on Overprime? Well, Overprime had active items.
To the stream. Welcome, Cynic, to the stream. Very happy to have you here. It's been a while. Tell us about yourself and, tell us a little bit about Aram.
So those of you who know me, I used to be a QA under Ometa, but I recently stepped into the junior level design, and my first project was Aram. We've wanted Aram for a while, and obviously it's exciting to have the opportunity to create the mode and ship it to live.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, Aram is coming to Predecessor in version 1.9. And for those who may not know, what is Aram and how does it work?
Well, you load into draft and you get given a random hero. You have 2 chances to reroll, or you can swap with your teammates if you so incline. And you will load into a, I wouldn't say a straight line map, but a single lane map, and you basically brawl to the death and kill towers and still have the same mini objectives that you would do in the standard mode, where you have to kill towers and the core and the minions. But it's just in a very confined space to speed up the chaos, so to speak.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited for Aram.
It's such stupid fun. It's really good. Yeah.
Yes, we have been practicing. And just to preface this, we will be playing a match of Aram live here on stream here in a moment. So definitely
like to see objectives in Aram. No,
to get a
and it's
little
not
bit more
Aram anymore.
On how Aram came.
Is there a mini? Is there an orb prime in mid lane?
So as I said, we were looking at trying to get Aram into the game, and basically we were just looking at what like other games have done for Aram, and we started iterating on it. But I wanted to add my spin on it. I didn't want it to be just a straight lane and you just run down the lane and that's all there is to it, because it removes a lot of play styles and heroes from the actual mode itself. Because as people have played other Arams in the past, you get certain characters and they're kind of unusable in the mode and you don't really have as much fun. So I wanted to create a map that allowed for all play styles and all heroes to be usable in the space, and still have it more fun for everyone to enjoy it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, just once again, we are now queuing into Aram right now, just getting the game together.
They're queuing Aram.
You guys know in the background. So if we randomly switch to a different scene and all of a sudden there's gameplay, that is the reason why. But another question about Aram is, what gets you most excited about Aram being brought to Predecessor?
So obviously I'm excited for it because I just enjoy like fighting in the game.
Please stop saying Aram like that.
Like the laying phase. I just want to.
What's wrong with it, Anthony?
Fight. And obviously it's a good place for learning new heroes. So it's a place I can just play test, run around, test new builds and stuff like that. So it kind of like
half chocolate, half maple latte, cold but no ice.
Systematic
8 ounces.
Playstyle as a 5v5, but obviously in a single lane. So there's more fighting, but keeping the mechanics somewhat similar.
Oh, I'm so excited. Now, Lermy, I know you've had some opportunities
different parts of the world pronounce things different. It is funny.
How do you feel about it?
Everyone in America hits the hard A.
I love Aram.
Aram.
Variety is incredibly healthy for live service games, especially for MOBAs, when the skill ceiling and the ability to learn is quite difficult to master for a lot of people. When you have
they are more different than you think they are,
it allows
Mishmish.
for that bridge to kind of lead them a little bit more into that more structured competitive gameplay that we know and love.
Would be training map? No, it's a brand new map.
It's kind of to what Cynic said, right? In that you can try a lot of different heroes, a lot of different play styles over in Aram, and that kind of will also help feed in a lot of those players that are looking for a more casual experience, that want to try the game but maybe not be super competitive about it. It gives them a space to be able to still learn all of the characters, master those mechanics, and then learn a little bit more about the map and the skills
Walter
and the
White.
play in a separate
Someone just called
When
Cynic
you break
Walter
those things
White.
up, it makes
Jesse.
that learning a lot less
Jesse, we
scary,
need to play Arams,
especially
Jesse.
when you're queuing up with 4 of your best friends in that mode,
Walter.
rolling into a crazy team.
What the
comp
fuck are
every
you
so
saying,
often.
Walter?
The rerolls
Jesse.
are just what makes that mode so
Jesse,
much fun.
Arams
The
is coming.
randomness
Jesse,
is
1.9 Arams.
chaos, but it also leads to a really heck of a good time.
Oh yeah. And then final question for you, Cynic. What makes our version of Aram awesome?
I wanted to try and still keep the identity of like Pred with the verticality and allow for there to be multi-layers, and also allow for just like, again, to remove the straightness, to allow for more creative play styles that still flourish in an Aram space, as that you can then take into the 5v5
They scratch
mode,
a very
like
similar itch,
flank angles,
Mishmish.
creating spots where you can wait and hide and
But they're
ambush
different
enemies.
enough to where
Things that you wouldn't otherwise
may
normally get
like
to do
dislike
in
Aram,
normal
like
Aram.
Brawl, vice versa,
So,
whatever.
yeah.
Most people will like, in my opinion, I would say generally
A bit
speaking, most
spoilers,
people
I
will
guess,
like
to kind
both of them if you're
jump
looking for a
on,
casual mode.
That kind of idea. You might see some jump pads. You might see some geysers. You might see some interesting ways to traverse the map in
you shouldn't be able to
exciting
quench.
different ways. I know we've had a lot of very funny fights in locations. Cynic clipped one of our testing moments a while ago that was this really epic fight atop one of the places that you can reach with some of the geysers in the map, and I'm so excited to see more of those kind of clips of just these really epic fights that get broken out into in these various vertical places.
New map? Yes, Aram is on its own map.
Luke, have you been able to play Aram yet?
Yeah, I played. I think I played almost all the playtests. Not some of the recent ones. So I'm super excited to see like the final iteration. I've been kind of like sitting on Cynic's shoulder, like.
Brawl was terrible. It was just 5 Gruxes. Brawl was actually fun.
Yeah, it's been really good. I'm super proud.
Brawl was a funny little game mode.
It was really nice.
But Arams
like,
is generally
super,
speaking better.
Collaborative effort as well. Like a lot of the company, like kind of pushing for like just what the best possible version of this mode could be. But yeah, then Cynic they basically did all the heavy lifting and just turned it into something that I think, it really shows like how much like passion and energy went into it. Like when you get to play it, it's really, really
5
cool.
Mori ulting all at once. See,
yeah,
that
I'm
shit
really
is
happy
funny
as well that it's kind of got that like Pred spin on it, which is like fundamental. Like we really want to like keep the identity of the game. Like that's partly why we have like lab modes.
Ooh, sneak peek at one of the changes.
To, like, try this stuff out and goof around with some of these ideas. And
eagle-eyed viewers caught it.
So yeah, it's awesome. And again, like the other thing I really like about Aram, like if you want to bring a friend in to try the game, like there's a lot of like stuff in the game that's quite hard to like learn very quickly. But Aram's like super low stakes because everyone's playing a random hero, right? You've only got 2 rerolls, so chances are you're going to get something that you have to
big Howie Boop
that you've probably never tried before. So it's a really nice position to be in if you want to just chuck a friend in it.
Who's playing this?
Love it. This is one of my favorite modes.
Normally they show Purple Swan
MOBAs.
gameplay, but he plays on Roller.
I've
this is on
played
PC.
Aram, love Aram.
Whose gameplay is
Very
this?
excited for it to come to Predecessor. I don't know. There's always been like community stuff around, like Crazy Fool stream. Every Sunday he was doing Arams live on his stream. I used to do Arams live on my stream. So I'm really excited for it to officially come to the game. We're still queuing. We're still queuing up. There are actually a couple of games.
You might need to check something real quick.
What am I checking?
What the jump pad?
Okay. Let me double check here.
Yeah. I have a little double check. It should make a couple of changes. It should work.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck, bro? What was that? That jump pad was crazy.
Maybe
that would help.
Maybe that will help.
Me when I'm instantly back to fucking
I was
mid lane.
in the wrong mode.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Choice trolling?
I gave you a nudge.
You did give me a nudge. I was
being super subtle as well with it.
Yeah. Thank
hey,
you.
just go check the thing. Yeah.
Just check it really
we're
quick.
There. Let's go.
All right. Well, we are just about to pull up the first ever live.
Was Aram and Paragon? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was not.
Game of Aram.
Pretty sure Paragon
here.
only had one game mode.
Let's get
pretty
rid
sure
of
it was
the
literally
B-roll.
only the main game mode.
Let's watch some gameplay